Using EasyBib is easy for citing a website, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. You just go to easybib.com, and the default setting is for website. So if you're citing a website, you're already on the right page. This is where we're going to paste our link. Let's pretend like you found some information from this article from the Smithsonian, the National Museum of Natural History, on mummies' tombs. When you find a fact or facts that you want to include in your project or your report, the very first thing you need to do is cite that source. And so we're going to do the citation for this first in case we get pulled away from our research and have to come back to it. If you write down the fact first and then you're interrupted and you don't have the source, then it's going to be hard to remember where to go back and find it. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to click one time in the address bar at the top, and then you can either do Command C in order to copy it, or you can do right click and copy. Either one is fine. Once we've copied it, we're going to go back to EasyBib and we're going to paste it either by doing Control V, or you can also do right click and paste, whatever you're most comfortable with. Once I've done that, I'm going to click the Cite It button, and EasyBib will tell me what they did come up to, but this is not the final step. So they found the website title and the article title and the date that I accessed it. This means the date that I looked at the article. And that's important because if the Smithsonian decides to change any of the information in the article, then what I'm responsible for is what the article looked like on this day, not after. So I'm not responsible for changes that come after. These are the things that the EasyBib could not find. They couldn't find the publisher and authors when it was electronically published. This means when the article first appeared online. So what we're going to do is go back and see if we can find these things. I'm going to click Continue. And those things that they couldn't find are highlighted in orange right here. Okay, so there's no author that they could find, and they need to find the publisher. They're not sure when it was published. So let's go back and see if we can find those things. Okay, so when I look for an author of the article, I don't see any names up here. Usually they're either at the top of the article or the author's name will appear at the bottom. The Smithsonian a lot of times doesn't include the author's names because the articles are written by their employees or the people who work for the Smithsonian. So if there is no author, then you're just going to leave this part blank, which is fine. The publisher or sponsor, however, is, of course, the Smithsonian. And if you look at the bottom, the Smithsonian Institution is what we'll put here. So let me go back here. And if there are ads which may pop up, just close those. So I'm going to put the Smithsonian Institution. The other thing they wanted to know is when it was published. So if we look, it doesn't have a date for this article. The date at the bottom here, copyright 2015, this just means that the Smithsonian owns all of the images and all of the information that you see. It doesn't mean that this particular article was published in 2015. Usually there's a month and a date and a year if you have that, so that is not here. So we are going to go ahead with what we have, and we're going to create the citation, knowing that some of the information is missing, which is fine. Okay, now here is the citation. So I'm going to copy this. I can either do this by doing the copy by Command C, or I can do it this way with a right click. If you decide to copy and paste here, that's kind of an extra step. You go to this page, and then you have to click again to have it pasted to your clipboard. Okay, which is you don't necessarily need. So here, if you look here, this is the article title, the website, the article title, and the institution that published it. ND that's the space where normally the author's name would go, but we don't have the author's name, so that's not a problem. We did find it on the web, and this is the date in which we accessed it. So you're just going to copy and paste this into your bibliography. It's even already indented, starting with the second line, which is the proper format. And so that's what you need to know to cite a website using EasyBib.